Do you have a list of what your top reads for the year were? Like you, with us having the podcast, we read a lot. Have you put that much thought into what you've read?
Yeah, so I kind of have been thinking about that. I think, and I don't know that these are like in any particular order per se. I loved Night Road by Kristen Hanna. I thought that one was a really excellent read.
It was.
And just so many layers.
Especially for me, considering the first one, like that was not the first one of her read. That was the second one.
Yeah.
I did not like the first one of hers that I read.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So Night Road was right up there. Oddly enough, I love the one we reviewed last time, The Christmas Story that we read by A.F. Presslin. I thought that it was so beautifully done, and it really was one of my top reads of the year. It was so well done. Chronicles of a Lost Boy at Christmas.
She saw our podcast. Oh. Yeah, I emailed her the link, and she emailed me back.
Oh, what did she think?
She was so excited that we talked about her book.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah, she posted about it on her Facebook page.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to go look at it.
Yeah. So
I really truly did love that book. It totally put me in the right frame of mind for the Christmas season, and I just thought it was so beautifully done. Just like a really great intermesh of like fairy tale and fancy, and then this fiction, historical fiction. Like I loved it.
It really exceeded my expectations.
Yeah,
I
did
not.
Me too.
I did not expect to love it as much as I did.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Bookish Introverts Podcast. Join host Amazon bestselling author Brett Nelson and avid reader Melanie Dyer as they dive in to review books they've read, then chat with the amazing authors behind them. Quiet minds, big bookshelves. You don't want to miss it.
And then I loved the one that we did about the dawn.
Facing the Dawn. Cynthia
Rushdie. I think that was the first one I did with you.
I think so, yeah.
I loved that book.
And it was 3 hours long, too.
It was really long. Hopefully I'm getting better at that.
Yeah, well, no. I was there, too. It's hard to stop talking when you're talking about a great book.
Well, and that book had such a heavy theme, but it really just truly, I thought, dealt with the redemption, the hope of redemption that we have.
Yeah. And it wasn't fluffy. And I hate to say it, a lot of Christian fiction can be fluffy. And I think that's why we talked about it so deeply, because it was not fluffy.
That's right.
It was a fantastic read.
It was a fantastic read.
Yeah.
And then a couple of others that I've read on my own, not for the podcast, but that are right up there. I'm a huge Brandon Sanderson fan, been working my way through those. I read Wind and Truth this year, which is his latest one in the Stormlight Archive, and I loved it.
Okay.
I thought Wind and Truth was excellent. And then I'm also reading the Wheel of Time series. So this is kind of a mishmash. It's not just one book. It's that series. I have worked my way through the first 5 books of the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, and I have enjoyed every single one of them.
Oh, okay.
I've enjoyed every single one. But I like an epic fantasy. And if you don't like an epic, it's not for you, because they're really long. Like each book is almost like a chapter in this story, but the books are, 600 or 700 pages long.
Okay. So
they're big.
Yeah.
But I've loved those.
I don't object to long books if I'm enjoying it.
Well, you're reading Way of Kings, right?
I am.
You're starting your way through it, and it's a huge one.
I'm about 400 pages in.
How are you feeling about that? Are you kind of getting...
I still don't know what...
You don't know what's going on
in the
yet.
junk is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, am I just missing something? There are parts of it that I'm really enjoying. Mm-hmm. There are some parts of it that I'm like, don't really care for this part of it. And one of the weird things about it is... Like, one of my favorite parts of the book that I've read so far is the young lady that's trying to I can't even remember her name.
Shalon.
Yes, so she's trying to get in with this lady.
With Yasna.
What is she trying to do?
She wants to become like her ward, basically.
Yes, and that would be a big, huge deal. And learn from her, yeah.
Like an apprentice.
Because
almost.
in this world, women women read. It's unmanly for men to read.
They don't read, and they don't really write a whole lot.
Yeah. Which horrible.
Crazy, right? As a writer, for you, that's probably like, no.
I can't imagine a life where I didn't read. Yeah. So I love her part of the story. And the weird thing about this book, at least so far, and this book has like over 1,000 pages in it.
It's huge.
Yeah. Like you'll read about this group of people, and then it may be 200, 300 more pages before you read about them again.
For me, I had to do a lot of like flipping back and be like, okay, what did I read last time?
Yeah.
Because it is a lot to kind of keep track of.
It really is.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying it, but...
It's very different from your normal
Oh, for sure, because I'm not
Type
a
of read.
fantasy person. I'm not a fan of fantasy. So, and the lady at the bookstore, I bought it at Books a Million.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh my goodness, don't you just love Brandon Sanderson?" And I said, "Well, this is my first one of his I read." She cut her eyes at me. She goes, "You do realize you're jumping into the deep end."
You jumped right into the deep end.
Yeah, she said, "If I were you, I would probably start with like the Mistborn series."
Yeah, Mistborn is and Mistborn's really we should probably do those at some point together.
Oh,
even if we just read them, and we don't even ever talk about them here.
Yeah,
they're very different.
Yeah,
very different from. But what I'm discovering now, like as I'm getting more into his Cosmere, as he calls it, is like they're all connected.
Oh,
in ways like through time and through different worlds.
So when if you read Mistborn, you're going to see some of,
especially now that I'm getting towards the end of the Storm, like what he's got published so far for Stormlight.
Okay,
some of those elements are coming into play, and it's like, oh, the man is a mastermind.
Yes,
when it comes to that stuff,
and he's an impeccable writer.
He's a really good writer.
Like his writing
really
style.
Is.
Well, and just
it's engaging
to be able to put together a world that complex.
That's what I told my husband. I was like, how does someone have this living in their head?
How do you remember all that?
Exactly.
Because, like, honestly, I'm reading it and I can't remember what I read in chapter 1.
No, I know. You're not alone there.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I know this is more than 5, but I loved Showdown that we read by Ted Decker. That rocked my whole world. Like it was. Yeah. Wildly out there.
Have you started the second book? Because I
have it waiting in my Kindle. I have not sat down with, but because I told Cody, like, I'm gonna need like just a weekend to just devour that.
Yeah, you want to binge it.
I want to binge it. Yeah, I don't want to have to take my time because that's one of those books that like I feel like once you get the momentum, you just got to keep going. Like I had to just keep going.
Yeah, for those of you that are listening, we released that, and I think in October.
Yeah, it was our Halloween.
Yeah, it was our Halloween episode. So if you want to check that one out, that's
Excellent.
there. Yeah. And again, that book, his books,
heavy themes, people, heavy
themes,
a lot going on.
Very bizarre.
It's kind of like Brandon Sanderson in that most of the, like through a large portion of the book, I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on until the end.
It's so, and when you get to the end, it was so like, whoa.
Yes.
So cool.
And I like that.
Yeah.
I know I sound like I hate Christian fiction. I primarily read Christian fiction. Ted Decker is kind of an anomaly in Christian fiction because most books in Christian fiction that you read, you know how it's going to end before you even start reading the book.
Yeah.
Because they are so predictable and so light and fluffy.
Yep.
Nothing against anybody that enjoys reading that, but I love reading books.
Because that has its place. We've talked about that. About how sometimes you just need a light, easy read.
You do.
Where you're not being like emotionally gutted.
You're not emotionally in a place to read something heavy. So there are time and place for it. But I love having authors that write like that.
Complexity.
Yes.
We like the complexity.
Yes. And that's what I wish there was more of in Christian fiction. I wish it was less formulaic and less predictable and more complex.
I agree.
And so that's my wish list.
Okay, so tell me your top books.
Okay, so I'm going to have to give a 5 and then a couple of honorable mentions because I read so many good ones this year.
You did read a lot of books.
So, but I can say probably my absolute top read of the year was, I don't know if you'll be surprised or not now, but Redeeming Love.
I'm not surprised. I love that book.
I started out dreading that book.
I adore that book.
Because I used to not be a fan of historical fiction.
And you don't like romance.
And I don't like romance. But I absolutely fell in love with Redeeming Love.
Do you think, though, I mean, for me, I love a good love story.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that book so much because I do believe that Francine Rivers does such a masterful job of truly showing us like how the Father loves us.
Yes.
That's what that book is about.
Yes.
And how he pursues us
in
the middle of all of our mess.
Well, and he doesn't just pursue the pretty people.
No, that's
right.
The
clean people.
That's right.
The character in that book, it's been a while since I read it. I don't even remember her name now. Angel.
Yeah. Yeah.
She, by all moral standards, she was not a good person.
Correct.
But
really not through any fault of her own.
Not through any fault of her own. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Loved.
I'm so glad. I love
book.
to hear that.
That is definitely a book.
It is a consistent top recommendation for me. If someone's looking for something good to read, I'm like, read this book.
Yeah, it's not fluffy. There's some tough, hard topics in it, and I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's easily a book to recommend.
That.
Yeah.
Okay.
When Crickets Cry by Charles Martin.
I loved When Crickets Cry. I forgot about that one.
Really enjoyed that one.
That was beautiful.
You're welcome to add it as an honorable mention.
We can add that one certainly.
Yeah. And again,
I'm going to read more Martin. I loved it.
Yeah. Well, and my goal this year was to incorporate, and we didn't get to do it as much
more
on the
male
podcast.
authors.
I want to get some more, and we actually are this year.
Yay.
I've got several male authors that have contacted me. I have got a waiting list as of now.
I think that's wonderful.
I've got a waiting list of like 160. It literally grows every week.
That's
I am
amazing,
getting
Brett.
emails from authors every single day. And I feel bad because I'm trying to take them
your
as
time
they
is
go.
limited.
It is, because I don't do this for a living. This
Right.
is my side gig. But I am sort of pushing men further up. Because
There's
there's
nothing wrong with
not
that.
many of us. There's not many
nothing wrong with
men.
that.
And I want to highlight a few men.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so anyway, so When Crickets Cry, I really liked it, first of all, because he's a male author, and just because it was a fantastic
It
book.
was a beautiful story.
Across the Crying Sands by Jane Kilpatrick. I talked to
haven't read
her
that one.
on this podcast. Girl, you've got to
I need
read
to
it.
read it.
It is fantastic. It's based off of the true story of Mary Goretzky. She was one of the first, if not the first, mail carrier in the United States.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Fantastic book.
Okay. Across the Crying Sands.
Across the Crying Sands, you got to read that. I read a book called Eden, Biblical Fiction of the World's First Family by Brennan McPherson. It's on Kindle Unlimited.
Okay.
If you guys have Kindle Unlimited. I'm getting to where I really have a huge love for biblical fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should probably pursue some Francine Rivers and do like the Mark of the Lion series or something like that.
Yes, that's on my list.
So
in
good.
fact, I think the first book on the mark, I've kind of got a rough draft
Voice in the
of
Wind or something like that.
A Voice in the Wind. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I haven't read it in
and
years.
I think that book's on my list for 2026.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've not read it in years. Like, I think I was maybe in junior high when I read it.
Yeah.
So I would love to reread those.
Yeah. Okay, we will. So a few honorable mentions. A Kingdom to Claim by Sean Ann Bessie.
Ooh.
It's a Vikings
Oh, I love Viking
top
stuff.
book. Yeah, it was my first Vikings book.
Yay.
Fantastic book. So, An Unexpected Grace by Tracy Peterson.
Oh,
She co-authored it with Kimberly Woodhouse. The one I read was book 2, I think book 2 or 3 in the
and
series.
Tracy was so kind.
Tracy was Tracy, the queen
So
of historical
kind.
fiction. The crown fits her perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She wears
is,
it with such
yeah,
grace.
absolutely. Yeah, Night Road by Kristen Hanna for sure.
that was
The
good.
Queen's Cook by Tessa Afshar. If you like
haven't read that
historical
one.
or if you like biblical fiction.
I think you recommended that one to me before too.
Yeah,
I need to...
yeah. In fact, I think I've got the paperback. So if you ever want to borrow it, when you get to, let me know. Silent Altitudes by Michael Imberger. We talked about it on this. It's kind of you actually might like that one too. It's kind of a science fiction-y.
Oh, I like sci-fi.
But it's not
Check it
sci-fi like Brandon Sanderson. It's more of a climate control.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to change the climate before the world ends. Yeah, so we did love that book, and then of course Chronicles of a Lost Boy. So
okay.
yeah, so we've
some
had some
honorable mentions,
great
yeah.
books this year.
It's been a wonderful year for reading.
And there were tons that I read that I enjoyed that didn't, because I mean my list would be 100 long.
You could do an entire podcast just about the books you read.
On all the books that I read and loved. Yeah. So, and maybe we'll do that sometime. Maybe one of these days, if you want, instead of focusing on one book per episode, maybe we can each pick 4 or 5 and then just talk about each book for 5 or 10 minutes.
I like that. That would be a good
so
idea.
maybe that'll be
fun.
something different to do too. So, all right. Well,
Thanks for joining us on the Bookish Introverts podcast, where together we explore the worlds within the pages. Until next time, stay bookish.